Hello, welcome to Animes, another weekly roundup of AmiAmi figure releases. This will be from the 10th to the 15th of June 2024. We'll get straight on into it. There's been quite a few figures released and quite a few near figures as well. So we've got a Hitsumiya no Nana 1/6 scale by ACE Modeling, 4,400 yen. Very good price for what this figure is. It's not cast off, or at least not confirmed to be cast off down here in AmiAmi. It's quite a nice looking figure. Potentially worth getting a hold of, or at least taking a shot at if you don't mind spending the money. You know, if you like this aesthetic of like a waifu that's greeting you as you come home. So yeah, not a bad looking figure. I think overall it'll be down to the shading, I guess, on the skin tones be the biggest letdown, I suppose, if they just keep it pretty flat for that. Category Yumeko Jabami 1/6 by Union Creative for 24,500 yen. That facial expression, I think, is what people are going to fall in love with. This figure looks really good. The base is definitely good as well, with it being like a checkerboard pattern, and the cards all over the place look really good. I think it's going to be how the cards are held, like towards her strands of her hair, and to the base that might put some people off, because it could be they're going to be weak points potentially that could break. So this figure could potentially be very fragile, more so than a lot of other figures, especially with how the hair is. There's a lot of individual strands going around with this hair going on. It's a really good looking figure. Definitely worth getting a hold of if you want get her. There has been a previous figure of her released, which I think a lot of people didn't really quite like the face. I think this one's really good, so definitely worth getting. 24,500 yen, not a bad price, I think, with it being a 1/6 as well. Neko Monogatari Tsubasa Hanakawa set of 2 for 26,600 yen. So you get 2 figures for this, I would say. Doesn't give a scale, but they're about 19 centimeters approximately in height for this. So no base either, they're just on their knees. But they look really good. I think the paint job looks fine, but I think they've had to cheap out on the paint, obviously, for this one in order to basically give you 2 figures at 13,300 yen each for it. So I would think of these as 2 separate 13,000 yen figures, basically. So that at least makes the paint job a bit more justifiable. They're still really good. Good looking figure, I think, as well. And Monogatari is a really good anime to watch, so definitely worth getting a hold of. Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba Buzz Mod Genyan Shinaza 112 action figure for 12,000 yen by Aniplex. Yeah, it looks pretty good for an action figure. Looks like the clothing does quite a good job of hiding the joints, at least with this one, with it being the dark green. So yeah, not bad, pretty good looking overall, and not a bad price, I think. Although action figures, they normally hover around this price. It's not something I normally cover, action figures. I just thought I'd raise it with it being a Demon Slayer, you know, a very well-renowned IP that a lot of people like. Here we go, now we get to the Nier Automata lineup. Nier Automata Form ISM 2B. Goggles off version by Square Enix for 4,450. Very good price for this figure, for a Nier figure, I think. And we'll just quickly go through the lineup. So you've got this one, you've got her ISM 2B Type B version as well. Yep, looks fine. And don't forget, these are only 4,500 yen. And then we've got 9S as well, Type S 4,000 yen. The sculpting looks really good, pretty good on these. Yeah, pretty good looking figures. For Square Enix, they're not overpricing these. 9S as well in his Type S form, so leaning back with the spear out, and obviously his face covering. And then they got A2 as well, number 2 short hair version. Very nice looking. I do like this outfit as well. I haven't played the Nier game, I really should. And then we've got A2 as well in a number 2 form. Yep, they look pretty good overall, I think, really. And that's it for those. So, and they're all by Square Enix. October 2024, definitely worth getting, really, considering they're not a lot of money, and I would expect them to be similar to Square Taito's figure line, prize figure quality. So unfortunately, Square Enix are pretty poor quality with their figures. In terms of the finish that a lot of their figures have come out as, but if for this price, I think that's fine. This is where I'd expect them to be honest, for what I've previously ordered that were manufactured by Square Enix. Anime Kaiju number 8, Kikuro Shinomiya 1/18 scale, 5,940 yen, January 2025 release. The base looks pretty good with this sort of monster tentacle thing coming out and her giant axe. Obviously you're paying a bit of a price for the axe, but it is 1/12 scale, so it is 17.5 centimeters in height, 1/18 scale, so very small unfortunately, so we'll have to see how good the intricate details are, but yeah, not a bad looking figure. Pleiades Agono design by Grizzly Panda 1/7 for 28,600 yen. This is a cast-offable figure, just so you know, but I love the outfit. This, tactical wear, cyber sort of enhanced legs, it looks like. Very good looking figure. I love, and the foxtail looks really well done. The reds and whites look amazing, and the swords across the back look really well done as well. Very nice, good looking figure, and this comes out in December 2024. I'm not going to go any further to show off the cast off bits, but it is a cast offable figure, which is it doesn't mention what parts to remove, but I'm pretty sure it's just the chest area that's cast offable, but very good looking figure. Monster Hunter Rise Minato the Hub Maiden, bought by Union Creative, 17,600 yen. Got a fair few Union Creative this week figures. She looks really good. The detailing looks pretty good. I've not played Monster Hunter Rise, but yeah, no, I like the design. Everything looks fine. Probably is about 17,000, maybe a little bit less. Maybe wait for it to go on sale. I don't really know how much lure Monster Hunter Rise has as an IP for getting figures from a game for. And then we've got the Quest Maiden as well. She obviously has a bit more armor, slightly different styling, but overall the outfit's very similar. For the same price, 17,600. They look pretty good. Yeah, it was good to see at least game manufacturers coming out. King's Proposal Kakuro Tokishima complete figure for 23,650 yen by Union Creative. Swimsuit figure, I like these effect parts. I don't know this character from King's Proposal. I've not seen the anime, but the concept looks very good. I love the hair colouring going on, the blue, purple, pinks. Mixing on, the twin tails look really well done, and these sort of drooping jelly effect parts look really nicely done and painted. So and you can have them off if you don't want them on. But yeah, no, very good looking figure, and I think a very good price. If you like this sort of aesthetic, I'd have to watch King's Proposal to actually see if it's something I'd be interested in getting. Pop-up Parade, Ghost in the Shell, standalone complex, well, L size basically, of Motoko Kusanagi, manufactured for 8,360 yen. So this will be better detailed than the normal Pop-Up Parade one at least. But I think the paint job on this one's pretty standard. It's probably the same as normal Pop-Up Parades based on this colour. Unfortunately, a lot of their previous L sizes have had better shading going on than what's here. It seems like they've just kind of half-assed it, I think, and done pretty lazy with this, unless if they're trying to stick true to the original anime aesthetic, then that might be why they've kept pretty close with not doing overboard of shading. Persona 5 Dancing in Starlight and Takemiya 1/7 by Fat Company for 19,800 yen. Persona 5, I've not played Persona 5. This is a very good looking figure, and it looks like those tights are real, to be honest. They potentially could be. Stockings potentially could be real. It doesn't look like they're painted on in my mind. With some of the photos, the fuzziness around the legs sort of tells me it's an actual fabric there. She looks really well done, and the overall design is great. I love it, and the base is Some people might like it and might not like this base. Unfortunately, depends. The same Persona 5 emblazoned on it. You could potentially also add like lighting through that base, or you could have you might be able to have us just standing upright, and probably not actually with that foot position. She probably needs the support rods for all that. But yeah, good looking figure. Gridman Universe, Zozo Black Collection, Yume Miname, Union Creative again, 21,120 yen. Interesting concept. I think the shading's a bit lacking with this one, and I don't like this pink to brown phase that they've got going on in the head area. And then we got Mujina as well, 21,120 yen. This one looks better. I like the sculpting in the clothes, and I like the hair shading a lot better in this one. Very good looking outfit and figure. There we go. And then we've got a binding figure. Binding created his Pinyin Haruna bunny version on core scale for 39,600 yen, or just under £200 UK. November 2024 release. Very good looking bunny. This is definitely one of the much better bunny figures I've seen. I love the black ears that they've got with the gold gold highlights, basically stripes going through it, and the tie looks really good. The outfit looks amazing on this one with the white, and is cast offable as well. And holding the carrot's just really nice. So yeah, I really like this concept, this design a lot. Very good looking figure. I would be very tempted to get this one, but I've got a lot of in November coming out, unfortunately, so I won't be able to get a hold of this one. And I think in the aftermarket she's going to be a pain in the ass to get. Vertex original Elf Village space saving base for Elf Village. So these are risers basically, which they're added by Vertex themselves, as you can see. So they raise up, so you can at least overspill the bases to save shelf space, which will be very useful for my two Vertex elves up there at the back. So we could potentially squeeze a third one in between with these. I've ordered a bunch of these, and I'll do a video when I do get them to show how it is, at least in a detail. Yes, you can't get hold of a detail, but I think a lot of people who have been at least in collecting for a while will definitely will have a detail basically, or two or several. So these would be useful, and I think these would be useful in any for a lot of other figures as well, not just their own Elf Villager lineup. Yeah, so these look really good. I think worth getting hold of, especially not for the price, 1,100 yen, and you get two in there. The height thickness is 1.6 centimeters, so that should be higher than most figure bases in the height of the actual plastic, but you do have to take into account of the design of the bases. Yongfenglei Yi 1/6 Bear Panda, 8,080 yen, June 2025. Again, Bear Panda doing another OC, which looks really good. This one's more expensive, but you are getting this more elaborate table with wooden branch style base, and the plant pot as well, and the fur scarf. So I think justifies the price, and it looks like real tight as well. Only one leg, but very good looking design, and yeah, I think worth the price really. June 2025. Fate Zero Saber and Saber motorized Cruiser 1/8 for 19,000 yen. So even though it is a 1/8, obviously she'll be taking up a lot of space because she's got this motorbike that she's riding. Very nicely is doing a power slide. I like the effect parts in the base, showing it tearing up the road. Yeah, very nice attention to detail. Yeah, I think definitely worth getting. Good smile, knocking out the park again. January 2025. In terms of length, 29 centimeters in length. So yeah, she's going to take up a lot of space. That base is huge, especially with her leg coming out on the back as well. She's leaning. That's going to take up a lot of space on your shelf. Shin Megami Tensei V Form ISM Nahobina Square Enix for 5,440 yen, November 2024. I love the blue hair shading going on here. Very good looking, I think. Obviously, as I said, the lines on the outfit look it looks like there's some bleed over, and this is their prototype. Obviously, which would be the best effort that they would put in. So I think when you get the actual ones in your hand, there's going to be a lot more paint bleeding over the lines, I reckon, with the blues and the silvers and on the patterns of this outfit. So that's it might bargain bin potentially, depending on how good the QC is. Pop-up Parade near Automata 9S, 4,950 yen. I think a lot of people will be liking to get this figure in the Pop-up Parade if they don't want to get the ones by Square Enix, but I would say just get the ones from Square Enix because they have better poses, really, in my mind. And then we also got 2B as well, Pop-up Parade, 4,950 yen. I'm going to wait for them to do like an L size or an extra large size of this, personally. As I said, they normally do, because of the larger scale, they can have the paint job is better usually on the L size or XL size. So that's what I'll be waiting for, so I'll be giving these a skip. And it might give me a chance to actually play the Nier game, Nier Automata. Chilaveru Darkness, Golden Darkness swimsuit with gym uniform version, core scale by freeing. So we looked at 39,600 yen. So we looked at another Chilaveru from last week that also had the same thing where she's in a swimsuit and then you could put her gym clothes on over the top if you wanted to. For 39,600 yen, February 2025. So this is a bit more unique than obviously normal. It's not just a bunny suit figure. So some people like the swimsuits, some people don't like swimsuits. Depends on their aesthetic. But I like the. I probably should start getting the watching to love her anyways. The 7 Deadly Sins Mammon Takuya Inoue version, Koen 1/6 by Orchid Seed for 19,540 yen. Orchid Seed's another one of the manufacturers that makes NSFW figures, so cast-offs. Very good, bikini. Is Mammon in a bikini? Makes sense. I'm not going to keep going. She's cast-offable. It's only the top, I think. Yeah, it's only the chest. Oh, fair enough. I'm going to show you. So only the chest area that's cast-offable, which is fair enough. But yeah, no, she looks really good overall. Very good looking figure for 19,140 yen. Whether she'll stay at that price, don't know. You'd have to look. Not familiar with the Orchid Seeds track record, but it looks really good overall. And there is the freeing quarter scale bunny suit of her coming out this month, which you can't get a hold of pre-orders, unfortunately. But when she's released, you might be able to get a hold of that instead if you prefer the bunny suits. And the bunny suit is cast off as well. Kyoryo no Yushoku Yuki 1/6 by Kiwi Toys, 7,460 yen. So this is a new manufacturer, another Chinese brand. We're seeing quite a few of these now. We've got quite a lineup of Chinese manufacturers coming up, so it might be worth doing a video of the Chinese manufacturers in a few months' time potentially. Yeah, the sculpting looks really good. Obviously, potentially bare-chested under there, so you might be able to forcefully cast off this figure. Or they might just not be mentioning that as cast off, for licensing or for region specific reasons. But this is a new manufacturer, so potentially worth giving a shot. 7,460 yen is not a lot of money. 1/6 good scale. You're getting a table, very basic table with this. Her hair shading looks pretty good, although you do see the mold separation here as the hair parts on the front and back half. Doesn't look like she comes with any alternative faceplates to sort of justify that, but that could just be down to how they manufacture this figure. But yeah, she looks pretty good overall. High School DxD Hero Ria Scrimmary Lingerie version 1/7 by Belfine, 14,490 yen. And this is a cast-offable figure, so she is cast-offable, just the chest area. September 2024. Yeah, her hair shading looks really good. The lingerie looks pretty average, I would say, but it is only less than 15,000 yen. So very nice, I think, overall. And then we've also got Akano, which I think a lot more people prefer, especially it's her with these lingerie, the tights going on, and the pose that she's in. Her hair shading isn't as nice as Rias is, but I think a lot of people prefer this position and this pose that Akano is going for. But getting both probably is worth potentially getting. Yeah, very good looking figures. And then Gift Plus Honor of Kings, Yalnik on of Time version 1/10 by Mythos. So this is Mythos's like time series that they did of figures, 5,170 yen. Very cheap looking figure, but it seems to be more of their prize lineup that Mythos doing. But they've knocked it out of the park generally with these. Like the quality is above and beyond what you're paying for the price. And I think a lot of people like this. If you like magical girls, this is definitely one potentially to get hold of. Base looks good, everything looks fine. Pearlescent hair might be a bit bit of a cheat code, I guess, in terms of having to not do shading, because the lighting will do that unless it is actually shaded like that. I think it's just the lighting though. Futurama DX Drakap Rebirth 01 by Mega House for 8,250 yen. So this is sort of like it's not really a figure, it's obviously a montage of Goku and his different transformations throughout his Dragon Ball Z, or Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z lineup. Yeah, very good looking figure, definitely worth getting hold of if you're massive into Dragon Ball, which I am. Probably should pre-order this, have it on my desk. And then finally we've got the Gem Series Bleach Rangiku Matsumoto 1000 Year Blood War arc. Tipsy Mega House, Tipsy version for 24,200 yen. This one's obviously a bit more of a true recreation of her from the anime, so it's definitely much more accurate to her anime appeal. Very good looking figure, obviously well endowed as she is in the anime. Paint job looks pretty good. It's not overly, the shading's not like mind blowing, but it's very hard to shade black obviously in the kimonos. But yeah, she looks really good overall. Probably not 24,500 yen or 24,200 yen, maybe a bit cheaper, but you are getting obviously a stool and some other accessories that come with her and a glass bottle. If she was obviously cast off, then that would be, you know, bonus, but obviously she's not going to be cast off. Mega House doesn't do that. That's it for this week of figures that we're looking at. Please comment, like and subscribe, and keep in touch. Sorry, I got future plans for future videos. I got a haul video to do, and a number of unboxings to do, as well as I've got more figures coming up, and I'll probably be doing a pre-orders roundup for the second half of this 2024. I've got quite a few figures lined up for pre-order. That does it, and I shall catch you in next week's video. Thanks, bye.